Come along with us as we hike to the top of Mount Rose, the third highest peak in the Lake Tahoe Basin. It's a Friday, October 25th, and we're getting a bit of a late start. It's 10 a.m., and so far there's not too many people on the trail. But because of the beautiful landscape and scenery you see along the way, this trail tends to be one of the most popular in the whole Lake Tahoe wilderness. The start of the trail is at 8,900 feet, so even the shortest hike here is considered challenging. We arrived in Lake Tahoe around 10 p.m. last night and hit the trail at 10 a.m. this morning. I recommend that you don't do what we did. It's best to get acclimated to the area before attempting this summit of 10,776 feet with a whopping 2,500 foot elevation gain in 5.5 miles. That's a lot. At about halfway to the summit, the elevation on the trail increases significantly. During the spring, you'll come across a waterfall and many wildflowers. It's at this point that the trail really starts to take a climb and is considered strenuous. Unfortunately for us, since it's October, the waterfalls had all dried up, but we were not disappointed one bit, since the entire trail offers amazing views all around. Dogs are allowed on leash. However, as you continue hiking, you'll come across a sign that says it's okay for dogs to be off leash now. That was pretty cool, and it's the first time I've ever seen a sign like that before. So here you can see the winds are really starting to pick up. And when I say pick up, I mean pick up. We had passed a set of hikers who decided to turn back around. They said as they climbed higher, the wind felt like it was going to blow them over the side. Another set of hikers warned us that the wind was blowing probably 40 to 50 miles per hour at the top. It's chilly out for sure. The weather forecasted a high of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but even if it were a warmer day, you can expect it to be cold once you reach the summit. Also, the meteorologist said the winds around the lake wouldn't be too harsh. He obviously wasn't talking about the Mount Rose summit. Well, those ladies who turned around were absolutely right. The wind at the top was so fierce that it's hard to place my footing. I felt like a rag doll being bullied by the wind, not to mention a bit of altitude sickness that started kicking in. The summit is close to 11,000 feet, and I know that my limit is between 10 and 11,000. I wasn't feeling the symptoms as harsh as I have in the past on both Mount Whitney in California and Rainbow Mountain in Peru, so I continued to trudge along. But please know your limits. If you start feeling sick, turn around. It's not worth the deadly consequence of altitude sickness just to get to the top. If you'd like to learn more, I created a couple of videos on altitude sickness called Altitude Sickness on Rainbow Mountain, Peru. Next week, I'll be trekking the Himalayas in India, so I do have a prescription for acetazolamide or Diamox to prevent altitude sickness, and I'm wishing I had taken one before this trek. Again, please just know your limits. I had to take my hat off so it wouldn't blow away. My daughter Jolie crocheted that hat, and I would have been devastated if I lost it. On the summit, you get sweeping 360-degree panoramic views of Lake Tahoe, Donner Lake, Washoe Lake, the distant peaks of the Sierra Nevadas, Reno, the biggest little city in the world, Truckee Meadows, Carson Valley, and a whole lot more. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this will encourage you to try your hand at the Mount Rose Summit hike. Please like this video and tell me in the comments your favorite part of the trail. Ciao for now.